to a new Southend Aviation trip report. In today's report, I'm taking a flight from London City to Zurich with Helvetic for Swiss. Right off the bat, I have to say I love and hate London City. I love it for the unique takeoffs and landings here, but LCY is one of those airports that's really strict when it comes to filming. Apparently even using your phone while walking out to the aircraft is against LCY's law. So much so, a man on our flight was walking out to the aircraft from the gate, and the gate agent rather rudely and abruptly forced him to put his phone in his pocket. I don't know, it's a difficult situation. Job's worth, or what? Let me know what you think. In addition to that, some of you may remember in a previous trip report where I flew from London City that I was stopped filming in the terminal and was told that I would need a permit. I was told that getting a permit was as simple as going on their website, fill in an application and wait. I did this 3 times leading up to this flight and got no response. So yeah, City isn't my favourite to fly from. That being said, it's a fairly quick airport to go through, although this flight was after the morning rush hour traffic. And here's our aircraft, an Embraer E190-E2. I know. Now, why were we laughing? Well, we initially booked row 17 for this flight, but we got moved to row 18 despite there being no one sat in 17. This is a, for lack of a better term, issue that I'll be talking about in a future trip report with Swiss. Anyway, the seats on the E2 offer good legroom, USB power, and they're fairly comfortable by today's economy standards. One thing I've always disliked about the Embraer series is how far apart the windows are. Shortly after boarding, the doors were shut and we started our PW1000G turbofan engines.
Dear passengers, may we have your attention please for the following information about safety on board. This aircraft has 6 emergency exits, 2 in the front, 2 over the wings and 2 in the rear of the cabin. All emergency exits are indicated by exit signs. In case of no evacuation, emergency floor lighting will lead you to the exits. We will now show you how to fasten, tighten and unfasten your seatbelt. In case of loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will automatically drop in front of you. Pull the mask toward you, place the mask firmly over your mouth and nose, then help children and other passengers in need. A life vest is located under your seat. When ordered by the crew, open the bag and pull the life vest over your head. Fasten the buckle and pull the band to tighten. Outside the aircraft, pull both red handles to inflate the life vest. A safety card is in your seat pocket. It contains useful safety information. In an emergency, personal belongings must be left behind.
In a world where airliner engines are becoming increasingly quiet, the PW1000s have one sweet orchestra of sounds. From the gears and shafts slowly winding up on startup, to the infamous Vulcan howl. Here's our departure from runway 27. Shortly after departure, the crew handed out bottles of water for all the passengers, and shortly after that, a buy on board service was done. Just before descent, the crew handed out the lush Swiss chocolate, one of my favourite parts when flying with Swiss. Here's our landing on Zurich's runway 14. So, my final thoughts on this flight. Helvetic operate on behalf of Swiss, so the service is identical. The complimentary water and chocolates are a nice touch. My only complaint, well, I say complaint, it wasn't a huge issue, was a bizarre seat relocation despite my originally booked seat being free the whole flight. Like I said, this will be something I'll be talking about in a future trip report with Swiss, where I was moved a whopping 4 times. After arrival, the crew were kind enough to allow us to have a cockpit visit, and we actually ended up missing our bus to the terminal. We had to wait for a bus all to ourselves, which allowed for more photo opportunities with the aircraft. A special thanks to the crew for the cockpit visit, and we had a nice chat while we waited for our bus. Thanks for watching the trip report, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.